you guys. So China and including Alibaba bid that's using offshore data centers to access NVIDIA. You guys, this coming up week is gonna be so fucking. Silver is fucking yelling at you. Silver's yelling at you. Yo, I'm about to skyrocket, which then I'm gonna bring gold with me. Um, Ethereum is also screaming at you in a way where I was like, so if you look at, I'm gonna start off with silver. Here's silver all time high, and here's where silver's at. This is a 1 hour time frame. So these trend lines help me understand as silver is doing whatever it's doing along with my Fibonacci's. What I do is I go from, so this is silver, you guys, time and date. So what I do is I'll go from the monthly and I'll see where the 50 Fibonacci is at. Since it's all the way down there, I don't really worry about it. So I'll go to the weekly. The 50 Fibonacci is right here. I'll make a little bubble or whatever you call it and mark it down. So it's right here. The weekly is right here. So I bring it all the way up here. So I mark down where every 50 Fibonacci of every time frame is at, and I've updated as I use it. That way I know as the market is moving what the market is, where it's heading, where it's, the major stops are gonna be for it. Then I go to the daily. Here's the 50 Fibonacci for the daily, and notice how it respects it. So see how the market is shooting up silver, and this was your consolidating stage. That 50 Fibonacci was my indicator through all these whole weeks and how the market was doing, what news was going around, how the market was going to react to that news, what was coming up. It would let me know, okay, the market is going to consolidate. My indicators tell me, hey, this indicator, this part, or there's three parts to this indicator. There's this green bar right here, which is your rally bar or resistance or bearish bar. If as long as we bounce above this, we're still in a bearing state, in a rally stage. We keep on going up. The moment we start breaking this support, especially on every time, each time frame has its own cushion. Always, your 12-hour candle is gonna tell you right here. So, and then the other one part of the indicator is this right here. It tells you as a day trader or whatever investor, whatnot, where the good entries are for this area and where they're holding and where the targets are at. And as you go down the time frame, use your 8-hour candle, you get a more accurate and current entry, whatnot. You can see right here, there's a center, it's a core. You can see right now, as we get lower, you're gonna start seeing it here. It's gonna say center entry right here. It's a 4-hour candle, 3-hour candle, 2-hour candle, 1-hour candle, 45, 30, 15. 15 was always the one to go to. So even 15 is telling you right here, yo. And even as silver, gold, and Bitcoin are up. Silver and gold are telling you they're excited. They're waiting. They're just buying time. It's This is all bullish. If it would have been more bearish if throughout today it starts all of a sudden just falling because of fucking some news or whatever, whatnot. But all this is telling you right here is that it can't wait for more bad news so the Fed can fucking cut interest rate. The more you start, because everybody's screaming this shit. You got your CNN, you got your YouTubers, your influencers. They're all telling you this shit. Interest rate, interest rate, interest rate, interest rate. So the more bad data we get, the more interest rate news you're gonna hear. Fuck yeah, we're gonna get interest rate, you guys. And the more you're hearing all these Fed guys coming out saying that the chances have gone up because this is that, that's where you're seeing gold react this way. That's where you're seeing also Bitcoin hold because it's going with the S&P 500. That's where you're seeing also the S&P 500 almost at the all-time high. Like it's fucking, the market is so fucking, it was in fear, and we're right now, we're not neutral, but we're getting sort of excited. So the euphoric stage is not there. We still got a way more to go for the market to actually be excited, and then start talking about go in. The market's gonna go up flat from here, bullish, all that fucking bullshit. We will start hearing that more after the Fed talks, or when we get confirmation from the Fed. Otherwise, we're gonna get retraced on down, and then you'll see silver, just be a down phase, get rejected. Let's say it does go up, as we get close to it. Once the Fed comes, this will be an important area right here because we're most likely gonna close the month here on silver. So as we shoot on up and blah 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 blah, and the Fed talks and it says something that we don't want to hear, coming back down here is either gonna be a little nice stop, or it's gonna stop here, and then from there start dropping on down as the days and the word spreads around, because it's creating a thick, nice little thick support area right here. For example, just like right here, I'm gonna take my indicator off. Three candle box. So if I would have seen this and I knew what's happening with the data and all that fucking bullshit, and especially it was starting it's a Wednesday, so it's a 8 hour candle. We have a three candle box forming here, and this would have been nice, fucking nice, easy setup right here. Make option call, make some fucking money. Anyways, so the market shooting up, right? Euphoric, blah 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 blah. And this to me would have been my first fucking stop. Just how thick the support is. It's gonna come down and then bullshit in this area right here. You go to the 1 hour candle. You see how it comes down there, and then bullshit goes back up, and then it goes back down. Watch. Let me go to one. I'm gonna put my alarms here. That way you guys see how the market reacts when silver goes down to these prices. And this is when they get you because you think it's gonna go down, but it really goes up. But then it's them going down, and you really know where it's going. All right. So we'll go to the 1 hour candle. You see how it comes down, hits the first one, tests it, breaks it, breaks the second one, and again it goes up. Oh, silver's gonna go up, you guys. It's this is that, the news, whatever fucking hear you, and bam, back in the same area. All it's doing is just trying to break through this. That's all it's doing, and then finally drops. So likewise, likewise, with this right here. And see, we had a weekly three candle box. This was a good fucking money maker. Good fucking money maker on gold, silver. I'm telling you guys, watch my videos, and you're gonna get a bunch of these calls. I'm a note. You gotta see how three candle box, three candle box, three candle box. You gotta see it in silver, gold, S&P 500, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and they happen normally when there's a big news coming and the market comes in, banks start doing their own shit, getting fucking traders off, investors. Oh, is it gonna go up? Is it gonna go down? And boom, finally blast off. So 12 hour candle. So same thing here. I should. And as Ethereum, if we get the good news, this is the all-time high, you guys, right here. So it's right there. Fucking odds waiting for next week. If we keep getting bad week next week, especially because next week we're having a bunch of delayed data coming out, and you're gonna start seeing silver hitting 54.85 next week. Watch if we keep getting this bad data or whatnot. And that's why, like, and you're seeing in gold, you're seeing gold not really do nothing. So even that's what happened normally. Silver will be a hella happy, hella fucking high doing its own thing compared to gold all time high. So you see how silver is at its peak and gold is about to fucking break this trend line right here. It's about to fucking break it through it. So that tells me that as silver breaks and creates fucking new all time high, then you gotta see gold react, snap. And it's gonna do this like right here. It's gonna be resisting, get that fucking news, pop. That's what's gonna happen with gold. Once silver hits that new all time high, you're gonna see gold fucking shoot, break above this all time high of 4,211. And then if it creates, let me see if it's gonna create some sort of a three candle box. Because you gotta think we have this week closing somewhere right here. All right. Then this next week, let's say if it's bad news, it's better fucking for me because what's gonna do when I know it's gonna create a three candle box. It's gonna close somewhere here if it's bad news, which then the third week, which is when the Fed's gonna talk, is gonna get stuck right here, and you're gonna have some sort of three candle box forming weekly, three candle box forming. Depending on what day the Fed's gonna talk, whatnot, that box is gonna fucking break and shoot on up finally. Or what we could see is shoot on down and close somewhere down here with gold. But that's depending how the week closes. Next week we could fucking have bad news, which is good news for the stocks because of the Fed and all that bullshit. And you can actually see gold fucking shoot on up like crazy. And then you'll see silver break that new all-time high or whatnot, which is, and then you gotta see more money coming into silver, more money coming into gold as we get closer to the Fed talking or whatnot. And then you're gonna hear more of the rate cuts confirmed, 90%, or because I thought fucking what 85 supposedly. Now we went from last week at 30% to now fucking. And I wouldn't be surprised if our Mr. Orange Man, Mr. Tweet Man, tweets something on Friday, some gobble gobble bullshit. Because we're America and the spirit of blessing and all that fucking bullshit. And he mentioned how they're talking with Russia and Ukraine. So I wouldn't be surprised if on Friday, as a Thanksgiving bullshit, whatever, whatnot, we're gonna try and talk over the weekend with Putin and Russia, and hopefully we come with the deal, and that's gonna make the market on Friday ticked off, and then that's what's gonna make fucking maybe silver break up a little bit finally and hit that all-time high. But I don't think so because looking for data, not fucking war bullshit, which is gonna be good because it just gets a little bit of relief with the market and celebration type of shit or whatnot. But I don't think the market is really gonna react to it that crazy. What's gonna react to it that crazy is gonna be the fucking data. And ranked up, here's the data that's gonna be the most important throughout the week. We got the ISM manufacturing, so manufacturers, Monday at 8 in the morning. ADP employment report Wednesday, 6:15 a.m. Non-manufacturing services Wednesday, and then on Sunday I'll go actually as the day goes by, day by day. So on Sunday I'll cover Monday's report and explain what they are, what what we're looking for, or what investors are looking for, the outcomes, the good and bad, and how that may react, how that data, how silver, Bitcoin, gold, Ethereum may react to that data. Also, what you gotta pay attention to when the markets are closed, Ethereum and Bitcoin tell you how the S&P, how our economy is feeling. If all of a sudden on Friday or Saturday, Sunday, especially Sundays, we get some sort of sharpie drop down and we hold it, then that's telling me that something happened. But based on how we're getting closer to the Fed, I don't see nothing bringing down the market unless there's some sort of a black swan, China bullshit or whatever, whatnot, or Nvidia, or something like that. But Besides that, the market is getting ready to blast off, you guys. Think about all the fucking stocks that were oversold. Meta's telling you, hey buddy, I'm about to blast off, buddy. You got United Healthcare, fucking. See, here you have Meta. I'm long on Meta till the end of the year. It's a no-brainer that this is the bottom for it, and it's gonna start slowly recovering and whatnot. And if we do have fucking some sort of dip from here to the Fed meeting, it's gonna get recovered with the Fed. They're gonna shake it off, and they're gonna fucking push the market up because Fed rate cuts, rate cuts, this and that. You got Nvidia is a weekly holding that support, hitting the bottom of it. Palantir is gonna fucking keep on flying, man. Palantir is gonna, they know what the fuck they're doing. Those fuckers know what they're doing. So this stock is gonna fucking keep on flying. Netflix is another one I've been eyeing. Just how fucking oversold it's been at, and it's hanging on this crucial trend line. This blue trend line that you see right here. So this is Netflix, and I'm gonna show this is the weekly. And what a quinkadink that it goes all the way from right here, from January 22nd, which is when the rally started. We have another connection right here, so you stretch it out, and it lands perfectly to where it's at right now. You see how it's just consolidating in this area, this key area right here? There's that trend line, and it's just bouncing above it. We have a 3-monthly resistance right here, so that's why it's also hard. Not just that, we are at the all-time high of February 2025, and what that normally happens. So what happens here is that, let me show you what the S&P, or yeah, the S&P did, I think it was, or the Nasdaq. Either way, they do the same shit. So here we have the fall of 2022 when COVID came. Big ass nasty in the S&P 500. Good ass fucking money discount. And as you see, when we had this crash of whatever bullshit they make, because again, they gotta do a fear, so it's either chips of Nvidia or some scary shit that fucking scare the market with. And look how it comes. It drops all the way to down here. What that is testing this resistance that it broke, and now it's turning to a support. At the same time, it's just liquidating all these fucks that were holding all this shit, and all these day traders and whatnot, and making you sell your stock, and this is the end of the world, and blah 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 blah. So anyways, so the same thing the S&P did, and every major stocks, they do this shit, especially when you have drops like this. That's what Netflix is doing. Netflix came, is testing that support, and again, depending on these next 3 weeks or 2 weeks, pretty much 3 weeks, this gonna be our bottom, and we're gonna start recuperating, or we're gonna have break this, and we could see Netflix go to $100 or even $98, and that, between that area, should be your bottom. Because if Netflix go down that low, that means the S&P 500 took a nice little dump, and that'll bring gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum go back down and whatnot. But it's something I'm paying attention to, especially because it's holding on to that weekly trend line that has been hanging on since fucking whatever 2022. That's very, very important, you guys. Especially how it's just been stabilizing. It's just been consolidating, testing it. And we're coming to the Fed. We're coming to the Fed talking. He says what we want to hear. This could be the bottom for Netflix, and it could fucking from there shoot up gradually. And again, respect that trend line and keep up with it. So that's why that trend line, this area, and also having the Fibonacci. Look at the weekly Fibonacci. It's right under the weekly Fibonacci. Let me show you right here. Take all this shit off. Here's the weekly 50 Fibonacci, and you can see it's been resisting from breaking it. So we're gonna close this week in an ugly area, but What's gonna happen? A three candle box, a weekly three candle box. This candle is gonna close somewhere here. Your next week's gonna start. Maybe it's gonna start bad Monday or Tuesday or whatever, but regardless, it's a three candle box. So if you pay attention to how the data, which data and how the data is gonna move on a certain day, then you're gonna have a sweet spot here to go on a call for Netflix. The end of the year, you're right below the weekly 50 Fibonacci, which is a sweet fucking spot. That's when fucking traders, investors are going on puts because they're seeing all this shit, but they're not seeing the future. They're not seeing the they can't play it out, but I can play it out. So mid fucking Wednesday, Tuesday ish, be pay attention how Netflix is holding, especially with all this shit put together is screaming to me. This could be the bottom for Netflix, and you can make fucking good money, especially doing long calls, daily long calls, option calls. Mwah. All these stocks are fucking are telling you that um we're hitting bottom. We're just fucking waiting for the good news. Just like, anyways, United Health, that fucking, what is it? 3 monthly, three candle box on a 3 monthly time frame. The fact that we have the monthly 50 Fibonacci right in the middle, right here, and that's where it closed the week. The fact that we then have the weekly 50 Fibonacci way up here, and we have this thick resistance that has been able to fucking pass as this market recovers and we get good news. And there's 12, and there's a 12, there's a 3 monthly, and there's the last month of that 3 monthly. So if you just play it out. This this pattern should go down because we're in a downtrend. That three candle box. Normally, when you're going up, there's how to play out: green, red, green, and it complete. So the fact that we're going down and it's fucking, and for the last 12 months we've been breaking this price, which is 313.74 cents, and we keep closing this last fucking 6 months plus above it. It's all screaming to me that this is bottom. This is all for a whole fucking year. You had a chance to fucking break through that price, and the whole year you kept closing above it. And we're coming to the end of this whole interest rate and blah 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 and all this shit. So I believe that this is a nice fucking long put call for fucking this is a nice call for United Healthcare. I'm just waiting that on Friday it doesn't break it and it just keeps this close to this monthly. Otherwise, I feel like this bitch is gonna do some sort of fucking move where when the market opens, it's gonna be too late for you because you're gonna be worried. It's gonna go up or is it gonna go down? Is it gonna retrace down a little bit more, then go up again because it broke through the monthly 50 Fibonacci? So they're gonna come down and test it and then go up. What should I do? So that's what I wanna fucking catch it on here. And then just long it for the rest of the year. Maybe fucking 2-3 contracts with this baby. Or even till February when we start getting earnings in January. Could bring the market, pumping the market up again. Anyways, getting too much ahead of myself and take all this crap out for you guys. The Nasdaq closed by the all-time high. Yeah, see, the Nasdaq closed by all-time high. It's also telling you, "Hey, buddy, I'm about to fly. Spread my wings and fly again. I believe I can soar. I'll see you into the north." See the center area right here. 12-hour candle. Oh, three candle box. So the S&P it is active. I thought it wasn't active. I don't know fucking why. Oh yeah, that's why. Cause see how it doesn't move at all here, but you got gold and silver moving. But when you look at the S&P 500, the time's active. So, anyways, the fact that we have a 12 candle, three candle box here, and I marked it off. We have a daily trend line. We're above a daily 50 Fibonacci right here. All this is bullish. My indicator telling you this is your center. This is your core. Pay attention to it. So since the market was closed today, what we're gonna most likely see is we're gonna see this it's already gonna be 1 or 2 o'clock, so it's gonna close here all fucking bullish. Friday's gonna open. It's gonna open, especially if Mr. Tweetman tweets something, you're gonna see the S&P open on Friday a little bit higher, just in the same area. If we close Friday in the same area or higher, all it's telling you is just fucking, it's just the market excited. It's just the market anticipating, the market is just excited. You're seeing silver excited. You're seeing um, all these stocks that I told you that are getting ready to go up. What else? Let me see. Bitcoin, Ethereum. Also, Bitcoin, Ethereum. This Bitcoin 12-hour candle. All right, time and date. All we want is to show that the market is happy or still good. Is just keep this posture right here. Again, this was supposed to be a quick video because I wasn't gonna go into all these stocks. I was gonna go more too deep, more deep on Saturday, Sunday coming up, close to the week. Um, noise, noise. Yeah, the nice. And then we're gonna have 3 candle box forming here because with the week, we're most likely gonna close the week for Ethereum at 3,088. And then from there, the next week is gonna open, creating a 3 candle box, and it's gonna be the anticipation. If the third candle, which is gonna be next week, is gonna break through the 50 Fibonacci of a weekly, which is major. You can see it. It's gonna come out. It's gonna blow up, and it's gonna be your stop right here at 3,371. If it plays out good. If not, this third week is gonna get scared or reject and still stay in this area right here. And then as we get closer to the Fed, as long as we maintain in between this price between 2,791 and 3,098, Ethereum still bullish, with tell me the market still anticipating the good news. It's not really scared. Once we start breaking this next week, that's when you could be like, oh shit, hey, so we're gonna start dropping down. We've been getting news that we don't want to hear pretty much, so hey, pay attention. And Bitcoin would tell me, because you see how the setup, same thing with Bitcoin. Entry, weekly. This is the week. We're gonna close somewhere here. The third week is gonna open. Again, anticipation. Are we gonna shoot on up and go to the 100, or are we gonna get rejected, get scared, and start dropping on down too? Damn. Yep. And then also look at Ethereum. Ethereum is right between a weekly and a monthly 50 Fibonacci. Right underneath the monthly Fibonacci, 50 Fibonacci, you have the 3 monthly 50 Fibonacci. All screaming that if this goes wrong, you can start this panicking, because Ethereum's gonna be at its lowest low, which all this could indicate you that we're gonna have another drop coming pretty soon if that happens. So look, let me show you. Here we have. I'm gonna take that indicators off. Oh shit. That's a Fibonacci. So you have the monthly 50 Fibonacci right here, and you got the weekly 50 Fibonacci right here. You have Ethereum stuck in between the monthly and the weekly 50 Fibonacci, you guys. You guys, I can already see how the setup is gonna happen. This is the make or break right here. This is a make or break for these next 2 weeks. This is a make or break right here. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna take some notes. My friend, can you turn on the TTS phone? It's like YouTube. Read the comments out loud so we can have a conversation. I would look into that, bro, because I don't know what that is, to be honest, Christian. But I appreciate for that comment, because I'm new to this. I'm actually planning on having a whole stream and bullshit or whatnot, whole setup. I just left my job. I left my job for this shit. I left my job this Friday. So this week was my first week. It went good. I made 500, or I got a couple of calls going on for Meta, What else? Meta, Bitmine, and I forgot which one of those it is. Um, I did take losses. Which one was it? Fuck, it was two losses. I think it was for gold. A 2 day call for gold for 1,000, and then a 1 day call for another 1,000. So I lost 2,000 pretty much. But I made which was it? I think Tuesday I made 3,000, and Monday I made 1,000. And I have those calls that I say I'm pretty much profiting pretty good on all of them. So I'm not worried about losing this loss. I took damn when it comes to options and you know your shit, you can make that money just like fucking that. Especially when my strategy you don't follow you don't I fuck up because I do these long calls, but my what I'm good at is short term, 3 candle strategies. These babies right here, because I can connect the what data is coming out, how it's gonna influence, at what time it should be breaking out, whether it be Bitcoin, Ethereum, S&P 500, gold, silver. Um, so that's my shit right there. So I'm planning on actually having a whole stream, a whole breaking down what all these, how I use the Fibonacci's to my advantage, how I use the Fibonacci's along with these lines that I draw, what these lines means, what the colors means, what these boxes that you see right here. I like breaking the market into sections. Um, so in a way, I create my own indicator. Like I never thought about the way, but I create my own indicator where I can just, and the way my brain works, I don't just stick to the candles. I don't just stick to the data came out good or bad. I take it more down further and go down more and see ahead of the market. It's just weird how my shit works. I'm just weird like that. But it'll make sense that you keep watching my videos because I'll be making videos explaining what all this means. Um, hey dude, can you do me a favor after you're done with him? Can you please do me a favor? What's up, bro? What's up, Jack? Hey, my bad if I don't respond you guys because I literally just once I start talking about the market, I'll just keep talking and because I don't want to get people bored or distracted or lost or whatnot in my conversations. Um, so yeah, next time I'm pretty sure I'm trying to set up a whole having 3 screens that way I can look at the grab sheet, the group chat, the screen, all the shit. Cause I'm new to this, you guys. I'm not no fucking influencer or none of this shit. Like I'm just a guy that got into this fucking market, created his own technique, and now wanna spread it to the world so they can make money. So you can make money, whether it be stocks, option trading, long term day trading. Trust me, you know how much I keep telling friends and family to pay attention to me, and they don't. They never take the chance to sit down and watch this, make my calls, do my calls, and they play out. And you'll start seeing, holy shit, at a certain time he said it's gonna happen, and did this, and the Ethereum did do this or whatnot. Go watch my last 5 videos, and you can see the plays that I said for gold, silver, Ethereum, S&P 500. Anyways, enough talking. Brother, can I buy Ethereum? Yeah, buy Ethereum. What the fuck? Not financial advice, but I buy Ethereum. Buy Ethereum and hold. This dip, you guys, is nothing. Look at this shit. All right, you got the government talking about Bitcoin so much every single day. Corporations. You know why Bitcoin doesn't fly? It's because Bitcoin doesn't have data news like the Fed that the regular market does. Think about it, you guys. The market. Think about this. The S&P 500. What moves the S&P 500 is the data coming out, the labor data, the about companies, all that fucking bullshit. Why? Because it's the tech companies that is fucking pretty much holding the United States economy good. Your Nvidia, your Palantir, all these fuckers and shit, keeping the economy good or whatnot. So when this data comes out, since we're in the interest rate bullshit or whatnot, they're paying attention to that data because that's what the Fed is looking at, and it's the Fed that makes the decision on interest rates, and the interest rate is what's gonna keep this stock market keep on rallying. Otherwise, we would have been sinking like crazy, worrying, panicking since a long time because shit is bad. It's just that they really trying their best to keep this economy floated or whatnot. On top of that, that's where they're switching over into crypto. That's where you see Trump trying to pass all these bills and with his coins, and that's where you're seeing BlackRock CEO talking about tokenizing everything, assets. Meanwhile, you're seeing crypto fucking not do shit, and it's like, oh, what? It's because they want to keep it that way. They don't want. They don't want you to fucking see it blasting off because you're gonna get into crypto. You're gonna get into Ethereum. You're gonna get into XRP, and they don't want that. They want you to keep out. They want you to. They want you to fucking drop all your shit, sell your shit. Say that's the end of Bitcoin. That's the end of Ethereum. It's no. Follow the money. Follow the transactions. Follow the news. How many Black Rock CEO Bitcoin? This was look current one. This was a month ago.
Now exclusively here at Post 9 is the company's chairman and CEO, Larry Fink. Larry, good to have you here. Thank you for being here.
Carl, David.
And Jim will probably ask some questions as well, no doubt.
To our systematic equity, our AI-based equity team that grew 30 billion over the course of the year, 10 billion in the quarter. Crypto, our digital asset platform,
there you go.
Our private markets platform, our investment technology grew as fast as they have in many, many quarters now. And then, just across the board, ETFs, record quarter. So it was not
Record quarters of ETFs. ETFs is what you go and you fucking invest or you trade with that shit with those. It's like stocks pretty much, but fucking digital versions, other ways and whatnot. So they made Bitcoin and Ethereum into ETFs. And once they did that, pretty much ETFs is so fucking regular actually citizens, Americans, rich people can actually trade this. Before you had to go on this fucking crypto page and get on this exchange that was kind of risky or whatnot. And what they did was like, yo, so now that there's regulations towards this, can we pass make this Bitcoin thing into an ETF? And they fucking did, and it broke records. The amount of money that fucking people came in and started trading and investing and doing and whatnot with Bitcoin on their ETFs, they saw that shit. Then they're like, "Yo, what the fuck? They just broke record. We just made so much money based on fees on people trading this whole Bitcoin thing. So why don't we fucking start making Ethereum into an ETF and XRP into it? So money, you guys. They're seeing the money, so they're like, okay, maybe we can do it with this Bitcoin thing.
just one product area. It was not just one region. It was a completeness. And I think
one product, not one region. One product broke fucking records, not one region.
Comes down to the whole portfolio, the entirety of a conversation. When we bought BGI in 2009, no one thought you could marry passive and active. Well, not only we did that, we've transformed how a portfolio is being engaged.
So now he's playing how you back then nobody knew how you had two systems, whether it be trading, whatever it had to be, because it had to do with money, whatever it was. They didn't know, like, yo, we put these two things together. How can it work or whatnot? He's trying to say same shit with Bitcoin, same shit with digital assets. Nobody knew how this whole yellow coin thing can fucking. It was an actual software system and blockchains and whatnot, and then it could be integrated with our system, making our system faster and whatnot. That's what he's trying to say right there.
And now with passive, active, publics, privates, and then we overlay investment technology, and now digital. We're the first.
If we put all these assets, all this shit that are currently running through our system in the money system, and we put them onto the digital asset, now we have access and control and blah 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 of everything, where it goes.
That more and more people are going to worldwide.
What do you mean by digital?
I do believe we're just at the beginning of the tokenization of.
Just the beginning, right? We're in the beginning of tokenization. He did this a month ago. Meanwhile, you're seeing Bitcoin and Ethereum not do shit, right? You're seeing them sinking, from 5,000 to 3,000. So you as a short term, because you gotta think about it yourself. A bunch of us, we're not short term. A bunch of us are memers. A bunch of us want that fast money. So when we have see this thing called Ethereum, and it's been just doing this shit for a long time, just below 5,000 and just going up and down. Well, you're thinking, holy shit, look, it dropped. So think about how many people sold their Ethereum at these prices down here in the 1,000s, 1,500s. And then what happened? Institutions came, bought all this shit. Hey, we're actually bought 5 million. We bought 2 million. We bought 5 million. We bought 2 million. It drops again. Get who sells? You think institutions? You think banks aren't this shit? You think they're selling, or you think they're doing this shit so you can drop your shit? Here it is. That's the end of it. Nope. Yep. And they see influencers. They see YouTubers. That's the end of altcoins, Bitcoin. Blah 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 blah. They sell their shit. Institutes come in. They bring it. Again, they're settling up. They're passing regulations. They're passing bills. They gotta set up. They gotta set up. They gotta set up with the boards. They gotta set up with the banks. It's not gonna happen just like that. So if not, if if they weren't controlling it, this shit would have been fucking flying already. It would have been 10,000s. But they gotta keep it down. Otherwise, it flies and they're gonna fucking be fucked. The ones that are gonna make money are gonna be you and me, the ones that do have access to that. So regulations have to be set. So then now the hedge funds, the banks, institutes can come in, which they already are. That's where you're seeing this manipulation. That's where you're seeing how it goes with S&P, with the S&P 500. Um, and same shit with Bitcoin. Same shit with Bitcoin, my guy. They're just consolidating this until they're ready. Once they're ready, you're gonna see Bitcoin shooting up. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the year this baby shoots on up. Ethereum, Bitcoin, and if not this year, by the beginning, it's gonna happen, you guys. It's gonna happen. Not financial advice, but it's gonna happen. Um, Mohad, I hope other brother answer your question, bro. Vira, what's up? Do you sell crypto wallets and earn what the fuck? It's a robot. Okay, another robot. All right, guys, appreciate it. I'm gonna hop on here. Most likely on Friday. I am gonna do some options on Friday on S&P. The ones I focus on is Ethereum, Bitcoin, S&P 500, gold, silver, and other stocks like United Healthcare, Meta, Nvidia, Palantir, and Netflix. So far, right now, because of how they are, where they are. But yeah, I'm gonna do definitely pay attention to these stocks I just named, because Friday could be a nice little rally, especially if Mr. Tweetman tweets something about his America likes doing this shit. They like, especially when market is on suspense or we're coming near some, they like throwing, especially on holiday. They like doing these. Hey, we may do this over the weekend. We may do that, just like the government shutdown. Hey, we're gonna work over the weekend. We're gonna work on opening the government this weekend, and they work over the weekend. By Sunday, you get the good news. Tweet it like at 9, 6 in the morning. The market open happy and shit on Sunday evening, futures, and so on. It's a tactic that they always fucking use. But anyways, this is Brian Seacrest signing out, folks.